Hi, good evening, everybody. And today is 9th of December, 2023. Winter is setting up in Kolkata. We still don't need warm clothes, but still there's a little breeze in the air now. And thank you so much for joining in. Today's topic is Sensex is at 70,000. What should MFDs do? I will share a quick presentation. Okay. All right. Sensex at all-time high. What should MFDs do? Very quick presentation. 6:20 will have a guest. First things first. Important thing is that you should know. Investors listen to you. So investor को आप कैसे समझाते हैं ये आपके ऊपर में डिपेंडेंट है. आपको क्या पता है ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए मिड कैप्स आर ट्रेडिंग एक्सपेंसिव, स्मॉल कैप्स आर नियर or at little higher all-time average. Large caps, people say, are reasonable. You should know this. Before you allocate fresh investments, you should know this. Very, very important. I will go very quickly, then take a couple of your questions and then move on. Inflows in the last 1 year, maximum inflows have gone to mid caps and small caps, and maximum SIPs have gone to mid caps and small caps. There has been some money going into the multi-cap because of the various NFOs coming in, not because of actual real investments in multi-cap, but mostly because of NFOs, and there is a huge investments made in the multi-cap fund, but mostly mid-cap, small cap. And here I want to show you this chart. This chart is courtesy Funds India. Please pay attention to this. This chart will speak a lot. This chart says returns of market cap segments by calendar year from 2010 to 2022. It says that in the year 2010, small caps were the worst performer at 18%. In 2011, small caps were the worst performers. In 2012, they were second. 2013, they were again last. But look at this, 2014-15, 72%, 11%, they were the best. And then again, they went down. Then again, it went up, again went down, went up, down. And this year, it is almost here. What it says is that performance rotates. You must be very careful that the small cap in year 2023 will almost close at the highest level. And if history has something to prove, you may be for a negative surprise in 2024 or 2025, because you see, in 2015, small caps were 11% best last 2 years, and see what happened in the third year. Again, small cap went up by 58%, only to go down 26% from the top. And for 2 years, it was negative. The point is, small caps in December 2017 was almost like today. And we thought small caps, अच्छा चल रहा है, पैसे लगाओ, SIP करो, सब कुछ करो, and everything went down the drain. I'm not saying it will repeat. It can. Be very cautious about this. It will take 24 months for you to recover this, to go up by 26%, and then 63%. Now, again, if you see 2 continuous years, small cap were good. So it may happen that in 24 also, after 23, small cap can do well. Possible. I leave it on to you. Interestingly, the same story is with the large cap. Large cap top, bottom, mid, bottom, top, bottom. So it changes. The only difference is that if you see mid caps were never the worst performers in the last 10 years. So it's a sweet spot to be. Mid caps were never the worst performer, but if you see 19%, 20% plus, minus 31, 47, minus 1, 63, 10, 56, minus 13. So mid caps are actually a good category to be in. But then again, mid caps are very expensive today. And you might see in a surprise here that next year they may be here or maybe here. Now, this is what it tells you. And history repeats itself. So be very cautious about this. Next. Should you do profit booking? You must be having some questions. Should you do profit booking? My answer is, it is not easy to do. And I also want to tell you, कोई ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता. No significant difference to portfolio return over long term because it is difficult to churn a major portion of AUM. Please write yes in the chat box. कि अगर आप प्रॉफिट बुक भी कर रहे हैं तो सारे क्लाइंट के लिए सारी प्रॉफिट बुक नहीं कर सकते. 5%, 10% ऑफ द AUM ही चर्न होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ योर AUM इज 100 crores, हाउ मच कैन यू चर्न? 5 crores, 7 crores, 10 crores? उससे क्या हो जाएगा? कोई पोर्टफोलियो पे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. गिरना है मार्केट तो गिरेगा, आप रोक नहीं सकते उस चीज को. So should you do profit booking? Even if you do, it is not going to help you. The only reason profit booking should be done is to manage clients' behavior, especially new clients who are there with you for the last 3 to 5 years. So what I'm saying here, should you do profit booking? Even if you do, it makes no sense. If you don't do, maybe after 2, 3, 4 years, again, you will be at the highest point. If you have to do profit booking, it should only be to manage the client behavior or to manage the asset allocation. Otherwise, it is not easy to do. Next question. Naya SIP, kahan dalenge? New SIPs, which category? Again, not an easy answer. And this is very, very important. I must spend some time here. Let us say a client comes, आपके पास आता है, उसको कहते हैं 25,000 की SIP करनी है 20 साल के लिए. आपको लगता है मार्केट तेज है अभी स्मॉल कैप की, और डालमिया जी अभी भी कह रहे हैं कि अगले साल नीचे गिर सकता है या नेक्स्ट ईयर में नीचे गिर सकता है, तो फिर अभी क्या करूं मैं? सो आप उसकी SIP लार्ज कैप और फ्लेक्सी कैप में डाल देते हैं. लोअर पेन आएगा अगले 2 साल में, लेकिन 20 साल में रिटर्न कम आएगा उसको, क्योंकि क्लाइंट की SIP हर 3 साल में आप चर्न नहीं कर सकते. वंस यू स्टार्ट SIP इज डिफिकल्ट टू चर्न. नाउ अगर आपको लगता है कि 20 साल में मिड कैप स्मॉल कैप के SIP के रिटर्न ज्यादा आएंगे और आपने आज अगर 25,000 की SIP स्मॉल कैप मिड कैप में कर दी, तो नेक्स्ट 2 years में हो सकता है नेगेटिव रिटर्न आएगा, बट शुड इवेंचुअली डू बेटर ओवर 5, 7 years, 10 years. सो इट्स नॉट एन इजी आंसर. अगर आप करंट मार्केट को देखते हुए SIP करते हैं तो आप गलत हो जाएंगे. सो SIP आपको बेचनी चाहिए लॉन्ग टर्म सोच करके. ये मेरी पहली सजेशन है. Okay, even if the market is at the highest, whether it is small cap or mid cap, probably you should do SIP thinking about long term, even if there is pain for the next 2, 3 years. Now, again, you have to hold the client during those 2, 3 years, during that pain. So be very cautious what you want to do. Agar client ko already small cap, mid cap mein काफी SIP hai, then I would suggest go into this category for SIP. So there is no easy answer. I have told you. जो भी करेंगे अच्छा ही होगा आपका, बट इसलिए ज्यादा डिसीजन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. पहला है माल बेचो, क्लाइंट की SIP कराओ. पेन तो आना ही है, या तो 3 साल में आएगा या 6 साल में आएगा. एक पेन तो आना बनता ही है क्लाइंट का, और उसको सर्वाइव करना पड़ेगा आपको. नेक्स्ट, न्यू लमसम्स इन इक्विटी कहां डालें? BAF एंड लार्ज कैप लुक्स बेस्ट टू मी. लमसम के लिए मेरा करंटली ऐसा मानना है कि वन टाइम पैसा लगा रहे हैं तो बैलेंस एडवांटेज कैटेगरी एंड लार्ज कैप लुक्स बेस्ट टू मी. और अगर आपको इक्विटी में जाना है अदर देन लार्ज कैप, देन STP फॉर 24 months, नॉट 6 months, नॉट 12 months. कुछ नहीं होता 12 महीने में, कुछ नहीं होता. पहला है मार्केट 10% नीचे जाता है 6 महीने में, 1 साल में वापस 5% ऊपर जाता है, फिर 30% नीचे जाता है, यानी कि पूरी STP तो आपने 12 महीने में डाल दी, क्या फायदा होगा? सो STP मस्ट बी फॉर 24 months फॉर न्यू लम्प सम इन इक्विटी. दिस इज माई सजेशन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, What if my investor, मेरा इन्वेस्टर is looking for 20 years investment? आप सबको बहुत प्राउड फीलिंग होती होगी, मेरा क्लाइंट तो 20 साल के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट करने वाला है, तो मुझे कहां पैसे लगाना चाहिए? So please understand, there is nothing called 20-year investment. It is called 1-year investment for 20 years. So the client will review the investment after 1 year, then again after 1 year, then again after 1 year. And there are 21-year periods during 20-year period, and you have to manage the expectation and behavior of the client 20 times in 20 years. It is not one-time behavior of 20 years. Client's behavior changes, and you need to handle it for 20 years to reap the benefit of long-term investing. So आपने आज उसका सारा पैसा स्मॉल कैप में लमसम में 50 लाख रुपया डाल दिया, 10 लाख रुपया डाल दिया कि 20 साल का इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न आएगा. यस आएगा, आई एग्री. लेकिन नेक्स्ट ईयर अगर मार्केट 20% गिर जाता है and 50 lakhs become 40 lakh rupees, how are you going to hold that investor? That investor will probably redeem after 6 months, 1 year, and he will leave you because he has lost 20%. उसकी यादाश्त गजनी हो जाएगी, वो भूल जाएगा, शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी लॉस हो जाएगा उसको कि उसने आपसे 6 महीना पहले, 1 साल पहले क्या बात की थी. Okay, so there is nothing called 20-year investment. Even fund managers invest in a stock with a view of 10 years. but they review that stock after every 6 months and 1 year. क्या सही हो रहा है, क्या गलत हो रहा है, and churning happens. If churning happens, it means that any decision you have taken for 10, 20 years doesn't hold good. You have to review. So your investor, even if he's looking for 20 years, you cannot go very aggressive at these point of times, because next year, when the markets go down, you can be in a difficult position to convince the client. Should I book profits and start STP? Another question at 70,000 index. Yes, it can be done, but it won't have much impact on CAGR returns over 5 to 10 years. So let me explain you. Let us say you have a client's portfolio of 50 lakh rupees, which has become 70 lakh rupees. So you are thinking that कि 20 लाख रुपया मैं उसका profit book करके उसको debt में डाल देता हूं, and from debt I will do STP of 6 months. It is not going to help you in any which way. It is just a behavior angle. आपने प्रॉफिट बुक किया, टैक्स पेमेंट कर दिया, फिर से 6 महीने में इक्विटी में घुस गए, इससे कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला आपको. ये सिर्फ कहने की बात होती है. अगर आप 1 साल की भी एसटीपी करते हैं तो भी कोई फायदा होने की चीज नहीं है. एसटीपी का रियल मजा 24 से 26 महीने में आता है, बिकॉज 24 से 36 महीने में स्टॉक मार्केट की more or less one cycle is complete. So you get the ups, you get the down, and so your average cost is lower because it is going through STP. So even if you book profits and want to start STP, this is a good idea, but STP should be for 24 to 36 months. Short-term STPs won't work. Next question. Should I stop mid-cap, small-cap SIPs and start in large-cap, flexi-cap? It is not easy to do this. You can do it for few clients, not all. Also, all clients won't agree with you. Let's say you have 400 SIPs in small cap and mid cap. You want to change all of that because mid caps or small caps kind of, mid caps are trading at a very high valuation, small caps are reasonable. It is not easy to do that. It's not easy to do that. आप 5%, 10% client के साथ कर सकते हैं, सारे के साथ नहीं कर सकते हैं. Markets will eventually go up. My sense is that if you leave the equity portfolio as it is, it should be higher after 5 to 10 years. It is how you handle the intermediate pain during downturns that will define your business. So I remember when I was doing this presentation 2 years back, almost 1.5 years back, I was doing a presentation market at 47,000. What should MFDs do? And look, today it is 69,000 plus, almost 70,000. So anybody who booked profits, did STP, it didn't work, right? You bought higher. You stopped SIP, you went for defensive, it didn't work because small cap, mid caps have outperformed in the last 18 months or so. So the point is that eventually markets will go up and small companies will do better than larger companies. This has historically been proven. And so a proper asset allocation client to client will make the journey smooth. It's like a game of football. 11 players, there are 11 markings. So one person is marked by another person. So you have to mark each opponent player with your own player. So each client of you should be handled differently and handle the behavior angle rather than anything else. So what should be my strategy? It should be client to client. Explain the situation to every client above a threshold, let's say 10 to 20 lakhs portfolio. It is no point doing profit booking or going very aggressive defensive for a 3 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees investment portfolio of your client. So honestly, if you ask me, everyone has 200 to 500 families they work with. The moment you go beyond 100 families, the portfolio is only 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs and 10 lakhs for 90% of MFDs. So it is not a tough call. You only have to speak to 40, 50, 70 of your top clients, explain the situation to every client कि market 70,000 पे है. What is your view? Do not give your view to the client first. सबसे पहले आप client को WhatsApp करो, phone करो और उनसे बोलो market 70,000 पे क्या लगता है आपको? Do you want to do a transaction? I can guarantee you half of them will do nothing. Half of them will be surprised. Why are you even calling them? They don't want to book profit. They are not concerned with the market. They are happy with long-term investing. It is the MFD who is fearing, not the client. And please write in the chat box, yes, if you agree with this point of mine. It is the MFD who is fearing, not the client. For example, if you have 300 clients, only 30 clients are fearful. 270 clients doesn't even bother. So why are you bothered? Why do you want to book profits? Why do you want to take any action on the portfolio right now? Right? Yeah, so let me see if people have written, yeah, actually, yes. Many people are writing, yes, actually. So from that perspective, you need not do anything. And this is my final slide. You need to make your own presentation. You can take a snapshot of this. This is how I send messages to my clients. Markets are trading at all-time high. This is client communication. You can send a WhatsApp broadcast to your clients or maybe one-to-one. You must be thinking, should you book profits now? There are no straight answers. I will try to answer it though. If your time horizon is 10 to 20 years from now, I suggest not taking any action. Markets will rise and markets will fall, but they will eventually settle higher. My suggestion is to continue your SIPs and sit tight. If you are thinking, let us sell now and we shall buy when markets fall, let me tell you, it is almost impossible to do this. But you must mention this. However, if you feel uncomfortable, let us book some profits now. Send this message to all your clients, and I can tell you 90% of your clients will not take any action. And even if markets fall down, they will not blame you. With this, I will say thank you so much. And this is all about my presentation today. I hope you liked it. Thank you.